What's going on, people? Welcome to another video where we break down a bit of Arsenal and a bit of football in general, but mainly the Arsenal stuff. Good week all round last week. We would have taken all 3 wins, but I mean, you can't have everything. But we're not really going to talk about the Tottenham game or the Bayern Munich game too much. We're just going to mainly focus on the Chelsea game and the Brentford game coming tomorrow, Wednesday, 7:30 in the evening. Obviously, we got a nice Premier League week this week. Premier League over the weekend, Premier League midweek, and Premier League at the weekend again. But let's go straight into the Chelsea game. And I've read some I don't know, some mad Arsenal fans. We were all saying pretty confident, and Chelsea fans were pretty confident about the game. But how I seen it play out. First off, I'm going to say this. Chelsea, over the course of the 90 minutes, with or without 10 men, played better than us. Arsenal, just on that little bit there, Arsenal, this whole season, haven't got out of third gear yet. Third gear has been enough. On moments, we've definitely shone and showed what we can do, but I don't think Arsenal has still gotten out of third gear yet. That's just my opinion. But that takes nothing away from Chelsea on Sunday. They looked for a game plan, and they looked at the Sunderland game, and I think they took that and go, right, we got to do exactly what they did. Let's get into them a little bit, and they did. I will say this, for both teams, the referee was god awful. For like a kind of a derby game, let's call it for what it is. It is a bit of a grudge match, that one. He was consistent in the terms of he was booking absolutely everyone, but there was some of them, it was like, well, if that's a yellow card, that one's yellow card. But he messed it himself up. When he booked Zubimendi within 5 minutes, I mean, not even a warning, just there you go. He set the precedent for the rest of the game. So for both teams, the ref was awful. And I think that's what disrupted the game a lot more. For Chelsea as well, and for Arsenal. But when you start getting early yellow cards, your players have got to start thinking about their challenges even more. Because like this guy's going to throw out the cards left, right, and center. All I've got to do is just make the wrong touch, and I'm off here. As Caicedo found out. And I'm only touching on that because it's not an excuse on Arsenal's point. I think for Chelsea, we missed a really good game of football. Two teams going at it without feeling like, oh, I'm going to get booked every challenge I go in here. So on that, I just want to say a small part on the referee. He was pretty damn bad. I mean, he didn't even see the red card challenge, and it was VAR that, pulled him to the screen. But yeah, I just want to say that about the referee. But moving on to Chelsea, I think they played their game plan, which was to get at us from the early doors, put some challenges in. And it was funny because Cucurella should have been booked early if Zubi was booked. But it was just, they conducted themselves in a way of trying to win every personal battle, every one-on-one, trying to win everything. And that carried on for pretty much the whole game. Arsenal, over 90 minutes, there's not really much to break down in terms of our level of performance. It's exactly what I said. We're not getting out of third gear, and I think even in that game we're in second gear. I think Chelsea caught us off a little bit first half. That red card happened, and I think Arsenal kind of rested on their laurels. Oh, okay, we'll get the win here somehow, guys, don't worry. Instead of really going for it. And I'm not blaming Arteta, I'm blaming the players that are on the pitch. There's enough quality there to see 10 men out, and they couldn't find a way. So for me, it is 2 points dropped. Only after that red card, because before the game I would have been okay with a draw. You know what I mean? I would have been happy, obviously, Arsenal winning, but a draw would have been all right, cool. But because they went down to 10 men, and because we didn't play well, the game's there to be won for us. And I think it's not on Arteta. I think it's on those players on the pitch to go, right, we need to get this, because we were quite happy to take a draw. So let's get this game won. And they didn't. There was enough quality there, and even subs coming off the bench, there was enough quality there. Chelsea, man of the match has got to be Reece James, sorry. It has to be Reece James. I mean, he wasn't even playing. I mean, these whole debates all week have been nuts. We've had Rice versus Caicedo. We've had Timber versus James. Well, James is playing midfield. Regardless, he was the best player on the field. But I mean, where's the comparison? Clearly, one's a better defender then. Clearly, and Reece is a quality player. He's a baller. Let's be honest, he's a baller. I'm not going to shout his praises. You know what I mean? Too crazy, but he plays good football. He's been doing all right this season. It's just, can he stay fit for the majority of the season? I don't think so, but he'll prove us wrong this season. And yeah, the Rice versus Caicedo. I mean, is that to bed now? Because I see a lot of Chelsea fans going on about, oh, Reece James. It's like, well, hold on a minute. Why is it switched? Reece James versus Rice. Hold on a minute. Where was the Caicedo? Let's finish that. Let's finish that one first. Yeah. And then we can move on to that one. And then let's have James in midfield over a course of a couple of games. Then you're going to start to see his engine burn out. Because I think playing in that role, he cannot play. For me, Reece James cannot play at that level of intensity every single week. He's going to run his legs into the ground within 3 games. Especially with Caicedo out for 3 games. Let's not forget, Caicedo's out for 3 games now. So who's the best? Who's the better midfielder, Caicedo or Rice? Well, Rice is going to be playing those. He's got the opportunity to play those games or make an impact. And this game, and he did. He played quite well, Rice. But Caicedo messed it up for his team, because I think probably with him, Chelsea looked like they were going to go on to win that game. But who knows? With him, you know, you don't know these things. But in terms of that fight, he messed up in this game. He threw the game for his team, as well as he's missing another 3. So if Chelsea drop points because something's gone wrong in their midfield, you could kind of look at Caicedo for that poor decision making. And it was an absolute red card. Because I remember seeing it. I thought, oh, that was a bit nasty. That's not Moreno to roll around that much. Like, he might do a little bit, like all players, but I noticed it. And then I was like, oh, Caicedo's rolling around. So it must be like a nasty, like coming together at the knees, something. And it's only when you look at it, you think, wow, he nearly got away with that. He nearly got away with that. It's a stonewall red card. I don't care what anyone says. This day and age, you can't just jump around like that. And Caicedo is a good player. He's a really good player. But he's got that about him. We're just, in these big games, he likes to throw his shirt around a little bit and let it be known. And it's just like, well, you could see the referee was already giving out yellow cards left, right, and centre. So his game plan was kind of screwed. And I called it on my live watch along. There's going to be a red card in this game. And there was a couple minutes later from a poor challenge. But that's how Chelsea were winning the game. They slowed everything down. They didn't really go for it. They were happy. And to be fair, they had probably some of the better opportunities in that first half. There was hardly any though. Let's be frank. We can say they were the more oppressive team. They were at home and everything. But I'm sorry to go on to the levels that I've heard some Chelsea fans go on about, and I'll say some, and some other fans go on about, right? They're acting like Arsenal lost again, just like the Sunderland game. They're acting like we lost. We drew. We're still, what are we, 5 points clear at the top of the table. Man City are back to second again. Chelsea have actually lost out in this one. We've dropped 2 points. I mean, against Chelsea and against Sunderland, 2 of the most informed sides right now. It's crazy. Yes, we should be winning those games. And you can look at some of the decisions, even back at the Sunderland game, or, you know, bits and bobs. Should have put the ball away a bit more. Even in the Chelsea game, a lot of people are saying the Chelsea goal was offside. I don't know what to read into that. It wasn't brought up at the time. I'm already over it. But had it been brought up at the time, then yeah, like, Hold on a minute. Consistency. That's all I'm asking for. Consistently. When I was having a go at the ref, consistency for both sides, please. But let's just talk about the dark arts, because I've got no problem with them. But I'm just trying to make this known. Okay. The first half was 45 minutes plus 7 minutes. The ball was in play 27 to 29 minutes in that first half. So we're not even playing football at Stamford Bridge at the moment. We're not even playing football. Yeah. The second half, 45 minutes plus 5 minutes. That was a total time. The ball was in play 30 minutes to 32 minutes. We're playing football down at Stamford Bridge. I'm not hating on the dark arts. I'm not saying anything, but I'm just making it known that it wasn't a blowout. It wasn't some kind of thing at Arsenal. Arsenal on having that was probably the worst we've seen Arsenal play, and that was on our worst day. And second place in the league at that point, that's what they could muster up. Run around for the first half, you know, running doggies, doing all that, and then getting a man sent off. Going 1-0 up, mind. Argue that it was offside, cool, whatever. But that was down to us. Chelsea were good. Chelsea were good. But just, we were awful. We were awful. It was probably our worst performance of the season. Just to say that. And that's saying something. When you turn up for these games and you're not losing when you're not playing well, yes, you want to win. Winning when you're playing terrible is the best. But drawing a game away from home at second place, I mean, if you ask me, that's not too bad at all. That's not too bad at all, guys. I think this is why we got maybe a bit of a reality check with the Sunderland game, and then with this one after the week we've had. But I think it was a lot of us, probably fans online, probably, yeah, we're going to smash you, get the clicks, da-da-da-da. But I don't think, from my understanding, if I step away from the camera or anything like that, for me, it's more about Arsenal. Already, we won against Tottenham, we won against Bayern, and like I said before, I would have been happy to lose the Bayern game or draw the Bayern game and win the Chelsea game and the Tottenham game, but I wouldn't take that now because of the way we smashed Tottenham and the way we outfoxed Bayern Munich, and then you've got their players rattled about saying whatever. I think it was a big statement, and it was the emotion that came with beating Bayern Munich. So I wouldn't trade that. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans going into this game was a bit, yeah, if we win, like I was, yeah, if we win, we win. We lose this one, cool. You know, when you're 7 points clear at the top, you want to keep winning, but also it's on second place to close the gap on us. Now, we're doing all we can. You can stop us, you can get a draw, but the way Chelsea fans are celebrating this draw, I mean, it goes back to sometimes when we were celebrating, when we were in first place, mind, and going away at Manchester City and getting a draw with 10 men. We got absolutely slated for it, but now it's acceptable. At the start of the season, right? At the start of the season, it's all acceptable. You know, it is. And Arsenal haven't even won anything. So celebrating the draw against us, I mean, it's either we don't win anything, you're not going to win anything, or it's, oh, we're scared of you, that's why we're celebrating. And we know really which one it is. We know what it really is. They don't want us winning, of course they don't. But obviously I've spent 14 minutes on talking about that Chelsea game, but I think it's important to understand Arsenal's position right now. Look how everyone is celebrating when we draw, Arsenal fans. Look how they're celebrating. Sunderland win. Oh my God. You would have thought Arsenal lost 5-0. Right? Then we come to Tottenham. Everyone's shutting up. No one wants to talk about that. And then we come to Chelsea away. We draw. And because the hype was all built up around it, it's our fault. Yeah, I mean, it's on you to win. Yeah, of course it is. But it's on the chasing pack to get our points, to get up to us, get up to level with us. Over this whole period, we're still in the same gap balance. 5 to 7 points. Any week that could be another 3. Let's say if Man City lose and Chelsea draw or something, then we're back to where we were. We're kind of, when we're looking at periods of between international breaks, we're keeping and we're pulling away. We started to keep within Liverpool, and now we're starting to pull away. Right now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got a big week of Premier League football, and we need these wins. But I'm gonna hold my hands up. I thought we would dust Chelsea, or it would be a dusty 1-1, and I said that on my live watch along. But the way people are chatting like we're the same, us and Chelsea should be the same. They spent 2 billion. Let's not do that. Oh, they sold hotels. It's to generate money. I don't care. You signed £2 billion worth of players. We signed $1 billion, right? So even if you want to say you should be just about, you should be thereabouts with Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, right? You should be thereabouts, which you are in the league. So this whole narrative as well that you're not in a title race, you're in a title race. You've been second, third. So you're doing something right. So I don't want to hear this. Oh, we're just bobbing along. We're just bobbing along. And then we get to this season. We won it. Oh, look, we always. No. Cool it. You're in a title race. That's the bottom line. Yeah. You're in it, whether you like it or not. You're in one. Yeah. And you find yourself in a unique position where you go, oh, no one else ever. Liverpool's rubbish. Man City aren't the same. Arsenal aren't getting all the wins. So you find yourself in a title race. It's that simple. Yes, it's early doors. Nothing's won in December, of course. But we have to look at what the league is doing now. And at the moment, you know, Arsenal on top, 5 points clear. Man City second. And then we are also 6 points clear of Chelsea and 6 points clear of Aston Villa, which is interesting. They've made a bit of a comeback. Whereas a couple of weeks ago, it was Bournemouth, and they've dropped all the way down to 11th. So the points between kind of second, let's go second and 11th is 6 points. 6 points. That is crazy work. Liverpool in 8th, Man United in 7th. Like, so it's not over yet, and it's only 13 games played. We are a quarter of the way through the season. So nothing's done and dusted. Just saying. They have to accept they're in a title race. And yes, they'll wait until after the year and all that, because the title race doesn't really start until probably midway through January, right? Because that's what the business end. But people are only doing that because they're scared to say their team's in a title race, because they've got trauma and they know their team capitulates at a certain point in the season. But Arsenal have to call it from day dot. You're in a title race. You're in a title race, even though we've seen on many occasions our team not get over the line. So I don't see this. I don't really get this double standard where it's Chelsea get to, oh, we don't need to call anything. Oh, because our team capitulates. Hold on a minute. So does ours, but we've got to call it how it is. So stop being pussies. Say you're in a title race. That's it. That's it. And you're overhyping a draw, even though you slated us for that against Man City, a treble win inside. Like, okay. But yes, we move on. From an Arsenal standpoint, there wasn't really too much to write home about. Should have done better on that goal. It was a slip of concentration. It was a brand new back line in terms of Mascara and Capier playing together. Timber, Calafiori standard. But I think we did all right. It just didn't look 100% comfortable, and we weren't playing out of the back, which was definitely missing. Zubi was okay. Rice was probably our best player. Eze, kind of a mid-game from what he's been doing lately. Showed probably a bit of tiredness in the legs for the last couple of drummings he's been doing. Saka had a good game. I personally, in my opinion, from what I was watching, Cucurella did well, but he was busy all game. And he should have been sent off. The amount of fouls on Saka, that's all he was doing, was fouling Saka. That's all he's got against Saka. And then Saka still gets an assist on and puts the ball in. I mean, there was one time where he had him on skates. And then there was one time where Saka was defending the ball on his own touchline and Cucurella was trying to bounce around him and Saka just rolls around him. He hasn't got that strength on him. Cucurella is really good though. Really good. I'm just saying, all the fans that are saying that, oh, we had him in his back pocket. Well, you can't have someone in your back pocket if they got an assist and they got the assist on your head top. Like, it doesn't make any sense. He had no one in his back pocket. It was a pretty even contested sort of duel, but Saka had the better of him. And he should have been sent off. And all he kept doing was fouling him. So it is what it is. Moreno did all right. He had a couple of misplaced passes in the first half, which are kind of annoying me, but this is what he does. He gets the goal. So it's one of those things. He was sent in as a striker and a striker scores. So what can you do? Gabriel Martinelli was a bit non-existent. Again, ghosted. And I think that allowed James a bit more freedom. I think that's what it was. It allowed Reece James to have a lot more freedom because Martinelli's up the pitch. Like, they knew that. Even if you put James right back, left back, I think Gabriel is just going to be sat there and he's like, oh, I'm going to push forward anyway, James. So, because Gabriel's just going to be sat on the touchline. It doesn't matter. But yeah, and even Chelsea players, I think Caicedo let himself down. Esteval, only a young man, I'm not hating, but all this hype, he did nothing. He got stinker and hooked at halftime for Garnacho. So then he had a massive chance. Joao Pedro, non-existent. Pedro Neto did all right. Fernandez did all right. Nothing to write about. It was all about James in that midfield across both teams. Appearances. Gyökeres could have had his goal. He should have had that goal, but Timber just headed the ball in front of him. So that was a bit, that would have been a nice winner. Gyökeres getting a winner. It was set up in the stars, but Timber had other ideas. Skelly came on. He did okay. Did better than previous performances, but still needs that level back. Maybe it's just minute in the legs. Madueke did well when he came on. Tough place to go at your old club. And they were getting on the back of him. Like, I'm not hating. Do it, fans. That's what you got to do. But yeah, he had a tough run of it, and the Chelsea players obviously leaving a couple of marks on him. So it is what it is. And Martin Odegaard made an appearance back. He did well when he came on. He looked a little bit more lively because Eze was struggling in there, and I'm not entirely sure why. Whether it was the no one's not playing the ball out from the centre backs, but I can't understand. Maybe there was legs. I don't know. But we had an interesting bench because even Gabriel Jesus was on the bench for us. So he's back, clearly. And I'm glad we didn't use him first thing. We can still have him on the bench during Brentford. He could even start, but I would just keep holding him on. Let's not rush him back. He's only just got out of crutches a couple weeks ago. Like, relax. And yeah, that's it for subs. There's only 4 subs. But yeah, that's where the Chelsea game went. It is what it is. I'd take a draw. I mean, they're happy about it, clearly. So I'll take that. But moving on to our next fixture, which is Arsenal versus Brentford, Wednesday night, 7:30. Yeah, tomorrow night. There's not a lot. I don't know where to really start with this one because we've got so many injuries and Arsenal are playing the cards so close to their chest. We don't know a lot. I've heard Saliba's days away. So he's probably not playing tomorrow against Brentford. I'm going to say that much. What's the point? If you didn't play him against Chelsea, and I understand that, people are going, why didn't you just put him on the bench if he's just a knock? Well, we played him against Liverpool when it was just a knock, and he had to come off 10 minutes into the game. So I understand it. No risk. Get him off. Let's see what the backups actually got, and we found out. But with the Brentford game, the only thing we told is Saliba is days away. Gabriel is weeks away. But it looks like we have back Gyökeres, we have Jesus, we have Martinelli. Obviously, Trossard goes out for a little while. But we're still, it's that back line, our stability. We need at least one of them in there to control everything. But maybe these guys step up all of a sudden. That's a tough game, the Chelsea away. Let's see what our boys are like at home. Those two defenders are like at home. Let's see what the occasion's like with the referee. If he's going to be, because our whole back line got carded, and it's so difficult to play with a card if you're a defender. So they all got carded. But yeah, it's a really tough one to call because I expect Timber, Mascara, and Cape and Calafiori or Skelly to start this game at the back. Obviously, Raya, he can take a break if he really needs to. He's had a couple of shaky moments this month. But all in all, it's been brilliant. Conceding probably, what was it? 1, 2, 3 goals against Tottenham, Chelsea, and Bayern Munich. 3 goals. But whilst putting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals past other teams. So we're getting goals. So I'm not too upset. Going forward, I think Ødegaard could start this game. Maybe look at giving Eze a little bit of a break. Maybe he wants to play them together. But I would maybe start at Ødegaard in this game. Maybe if the players are fully fit, then I want my fully fit squad out. You got Aston Villa at the weekend. That's the one thing you got to remember. Aston Villa Saturday. So it's not like it's a Sunday. It's a Saturday thing. And then you got another Champions League game. You got another Champions League game on Wednesday, Club Brugge, which isn't a massive one. You could probably take a hit on that one. And then the following weekend, we have Everton. So we got some okay fixtures, but these are the ones, you know, Arsenal. So I think in this, you just play whatever you can. If Declan says he's fully fit, he hasn't got any knocks, and get him in this game. But he's getting a lot of minutes. So Zubi. I think Norgard, this is playing against his former side, so maybe he makes an appearance, or even 45. You know, look how the game's going. I'm sure the manager will. If we're 2-0 up, let's say, or something like that, and then we look at kind of resting some of these players, because I'm feeling Eze's been run into the ground a little bit. When you've got the Ødegaard back now, so that's your captain. Surely he goes straight back into the squad, right? So I think he goes straight back in, give Eze a bit of a break, and then keep it moving, play them together, and then maybe take him off. But I would probably go Ødegaard if they're fully fit, Zubi, and Rice. If not, you can put a Norgard in the mix. You can even drop Moreno back in there, because he's not doing too bad. When he's on this switch role from, he's playing as a striker, false nine, but he's kind of moving deep into midfield. So, and we've seen he's already dinked over a couple of assists. So we got a lot of options there. And Gyökeres obviously comes back into this fold with Saka, Martinelli if you want on that side, Madueke and I think maybe Madueke needs a run out. We don't have to rush it, but 45 minutes, him or Saka or Martinelli. And remember, we do have these youngsters. So when the game is won, we can bring on I would bring on a Wanyeri over Dalman, obviously. But I think Wanyeri's asked, this is why he's probably not getting the same game time as well. He's probably asked a lot. I don't mind waiting for my opportunity in the centre, but I want to play in the centre. So, and we've seen him playing there a lot more. Where before he was coming on for Saka on either side, on that side. So maybe you kind of lose that. You could ask Saka to come off. You could ask Wanyeri to play in midfield with Ødegaard, and you can ask Moreno to sort of pop up top with, well, as 2 strikers. I know they're only attack and front on one side, but as we know with Gyökeres, he likes to run in on the channel. So if you've got that target man, which is Moreno up front, because that'd be quite interesting to see what them two are like up front together. Maybe it's less like Moreno's just a target man. He's just, people are firing balls at him, and Gyökeres is playing in and around him, because we know he likes to run in off the channel. So maybe that's another option, just to mix things up, so we're not so, you know, a different formation. And I'm not overlooking this Brentford side, because they've been doing quite well in the league. Where are they placed right now? They are placed 10th place, 19 points. So, you know, they're 11 points off of us. You know, They have won 6, drawn 1, lost 6. So they're not in a goal difference of 1. So it's not crazy. But we still have to set up to win, to get the 3 points, because that's the important thing. Keep the pressure up on these other teams, because we play, let's just have a look. We play Wednesday. No, so Man City are playing today. Fulham at 7:30. Newcastle are playing Tottenham. That's a bit of a tasty fixture, but they're nowhere near us. And Bournemouth versus Everton. So that's another one. But on the next day, yeah, I mean, we're all playing at the same time. Chelsea, Liverpool are playing a little bit later than us, so we've got to get the job done anyway. But that's going to be kind of my match review of last weekend and my match preview of what's going to happen. I won't put up a squad because this squad is one's in, one's out, one's in. But I just told you kind of what I expect Arsenal to do. And we will be live tomorrow for that game. So if any of you guys want to join us, make sure you hit the notification button. And I will see you guys there. Don't forget to like the video. And I will see you on my live watch along, guys. Peace. Guys, peace. Guys, peace.